Hello and welcome to another episode of Survive the Wild. In today's episode I thought I would talk about water filters. Now I've done a water filter that you can make in a previous video. I'll put the link in the description at the bottom, and I'll put like a bar up here towards the end of this video where you can click on that and check that out. But that's like a water filter you can make in the field with like stuff that's around you. Which is an active carbon water filter. Well, sorry, not an active carbon water filter, a carbon water filter. They're brilliant in terms of, you know, they'll get rid of chemicals out of the water, and it'll sort of filter out sediments, but it won't really get rid of the bacteria. You still have to boil it. So what I've done here is I've gone and bought a Sawyers mini water filter. The reason why I've bought this is obviously because I spend a lot of time out, you know, in the wilderness, well, as much as the wilderness you can get in Britain, and I frequently find that I can't carry enough water with me. You know, obviously you've got the problems there of, you know, dehydration, and I mean the most I can sort of carry 2.5 to 3 litres at an absolute push, but obviously that, you know, it's a lot to carry. 1 litre of water is 1 kilo, so it's not something, you know, I really want to have to carry around with me. I carry my basic kits, but particularly when I'm coming out with doing the videos as well, I'm carrying all the camera gear as well. So I went ahead and bought this. I bought this because I'll read it on the back. Right, how it works. Are you sure your water is safe to drink? The Sawyers Mini will filter down to 0.1 micron absolute filter. Now the 0.1 micron is obviously, it's a term of measurement. It's extremely small. So this filter is designed to filter out what it says here, 99.99999% of all bacteria, making this one of the safest ways of gathering water while out in the wild. You put it through this, and you know, you can sort of like drink it straight through, like a bit like a life straw. It has a straw in here. It has a few other things, or you can then filter that into a container. So what does it come with? So you get this 16 ounce bag. This is designed, you'd fill this up from the water source. Does come with a cap. It comes with a straw to attach to the filter, so then you could use that like the same way you would a life straw. And it comes with a syringe. Now the syringe is so that you can backflow with clean water, which it says if you do that, it prolongs the life of the filter itself. And this filter apparently will filter 100,000 gallons, which I find is amazing. It'll filter 100,000 gallons as well, I think, as long as you maintain it. So this is the filter itself. It comes with a thread at that end, which you will attach the say this is filled with water. I'm going to do this actually while we're out here anyway. So you attach that to there. It's got a cap on that end, and you either suck or squeeze the water through. So yeah, and conveniently I've been out here today. I've been shooting a few videos. I brought a litre of water with me. I'd normally bring more, but I decided since I've made this, I'll just bring the 1 litre, and I'll actually use it. You know, I'll get out here and actually use it and do a little video of me using it. So that's that. It's sort of like, I'm going to make like a pouch or some sort of container for it, so it fits in more neatly. You can get these online pretty easy. I think this cost me about £23 delivered. So yeah, and it comes with, like I say, it comes with all that. So it's, you know, for 23 quid, to be able to, you know, go out, spend a lot more time than what you'd normally spend out, knowing that, you know, you've got a good ready source of clean water with using this. Obviously you've got to be able to find the water in the first place, but hey, in the British Isles it's not much of a problem finding water. I think there are certain circumstances where you wouldn't want to use this if the water is very turbid. And what I mean by turbid is, if you've had a lot of rain, there's a lot, you know, if the water is carrying an awful lot of silt, you would probably want to make another sort of filter with maybe like moss and gravel, and quite possibly charcoal as well, to be on the safe side, to filter out the sediments and then filter it through this. The advantage again with this is that, you know, you could filter the water through that, you know, with the moss and the gravel, sand, and charcoal, and like cloth, like I did in the previous video, but you have to boil it. Now if you're hanging around you know, one particular camp spot for, you know, a few days, it's not too much of a problem. But if you're on the go and you're having to boil water up every, let's face it, if it's a hot day and you're doing a lot of hiking, you're going to be wanting around about a litre an hour ish as a rule of thumb. You know, if you're sweating profusely, you know, your breathing's heavy, because you lose an awful lot of moisture through your breath. And even in winter, you know, in the depths of winter, when you breathe in, your body has to moisturise the cold, dry air that comes in, so it doesn't affect your lungs too badly. So when you breathe that back out, you're gonna lose, you know, you lose a lot of moisture through just breathing and perspiration, and then obviously, you know, going to the toilet. Then if you've eaten something that's slightly dodgy, you get diarrhea. That's going to be another quick way of dehydrating. So if you didn't have one of these, you know, you're going to be boiling water pretty almost constantly. You know, you're not going to get very far. But the beauty with this is, it takes that boiling process out. You can grab water straight from the source, and in my mind, it's just a bit of a no-brainer, really. So anyway, I'm going to head off a bit further up this little brook here, just because I noticed I come onto here and there's a little bit of a cove. I noticed there were a load of toilet paper, so obviously people have been taking a dump in this water. I could still use this filter, it would be okay around there, because it would filter any of the bacteria that would be associated with that feces that could be in the water out. Looking at I can see it there, looking at the toilet paper and the way it's sort of like decayed. It's probably 2 days ago at best. Could have been yesterday or even as early as last night. But I think it's about a day and a half, 2 days ago. So anyway, enough of me sort of like rambling about this. Let's actually use it. So I've run out of water and I need a drink, so that's what we're going to do next. Okay, finding it actually hard to get the water into the bag. So that's one problem. can't seem to get much in it. Yeah, the bag's so tight you can't get much in there. That's a bit of a disappointment. Got a little bit, not a huge amount. I'll try and fill it up a bit more. Okay, so I've managed to get a bit more in. You can't fit much in this 16 ounce. It's probably, I don't know, 200 mil, something like that. But anyway, so let's give this a go. So the main way it's designed, or one of the main ways it's designed to work, is that you just screw the filter on. It's got a line saying flow, which way the flow goes, and then I'll do it the whole setup way. So you put the straw on, not bad. Doesn't take that much to really suck it through. I suppose you can squeeze it through. Yeah, you can squeeze it through. I think it's easier to suck it, and I think it's a bit easier without the straw as well. Yeah, you get a good few mouthfuls with that. It's not bad at all. That tastes pretty good. But it does say to filter it back through. So, really, in a sense, now I think it doesn't say this to do it every time, but I think it certainly help prolong the life of the filter. Is just trying to work out the best way of doing this. Try and get this. It comes with a syringe, and the syringe has got like a thread on the inside, but the straw doesn't fit inside it, really, and it doesn't fit around the outside of it, and it doesn't fit on there. Quite how I might be able to get it on. So that's just cutting into the straw itself. And you can't really fold it into the inside. So there's a bit of a design flaw, I think, there myself. Yeah, that's how we're going to quite work this one. I'm not sure. Let's try. I don't think that's going to work. Oh, I don't know. That's really clean. Actually, it's not too bad. It does create enough vacuum to pull that through, amazingly. So yeah. Right. So yeah, as I was saying, so it does pull the water through. Okay, I managed to get it 30 mil in there, and it, yeah, like I say, it recommends that you backflow it. So all you can do really is just push it towards there and just give it a good squeeze through. I might try and find a better syringe for this, but so there's, it's not perfect. No, nothing in is perfect. There's definitely a few little things there I think that can be improved, but all in all, not bad. I think what I'm going to try and do now is I'm just going to spend a few minutes. I'm going to try and see how long it takes me to fill this 800 milliliter of container, and yeah, see how long that takes me. Right then, so I now have a completely full bottle of water, 800 mils. It took 5 of these in about 5 minutes, which, in fairness, it's not bad going. And I think probably the easiest way of back flushing that is to fill your canteen first, take some out of that straight from the syringe, and then pump it through the filter to back flush it that way. I think that's probably the best way of doing it myself. But all in all, I think I think it's a good system. It's certainly a quick and relatively easy way of gathering water, safe drinking water from a stream or a lake. And I'd still be tempted, if I found a pool of very, very stagnant, boggy water, I might be tempted to still avoid it, especially if it really stank. If it was really sort of like, wow, yeah, you can smell that it's very stagnant water, then I'd probably still maybe avoid it, unless there was no other water source around. Then yeah, you haven't got much of a choice. But yeah. Not bad. Like I say, 5 minutes has given me nearly a litre of water. That's going to keep you going for another hour. You could take, on a really hot day. It's pretty humid today, so that's probably going to be like maybe an hour and a half's worth, depending on activity, how much you're sort of like sweating. But if you were setting up camp somewhere for a few days, you could quite easily get basically it's that's your water supply sorted. If you've got a water supply nearby, that's a really quick, safe way of doing it. You could still boil it, if you wanted to. There's no reason in doing that. I have drunk straight from mountain streams where I've seen that where the water comes out from the rock, pretty close by. It's usually it's usually filtered that anyway. I've never had a problem with mountain water from streams. I'd still probably be tempted to do it from mountain rivers this way, because around here we have a lot. There's a lot of sheep farming, so you're going to get. There's going to be excrement in there. I've come across times where, I've thought, shall I maybe get some water from here, or shall I get it from further up? And I've decided, no, I'll get further up. I've walked another 5 minutes up, further upstream, and there's been a dead sheep lying in the water. So there's always a risk when you're not treating water, that you could pick up something nasty, but. Yeah, I think this is a really good system. There are other filters up there that that range from. The Life Straw, I think you can pick them up for about 16 quid, and then you can range right up to a couple of £100 for something that's like a reverse osmosis filter. That'll take out any bacteria, and it takes out the salt as well. You tend to get them in like life support systems on life rafts. Where you could just, pump the water. It comes with a pump. You have to pump it through. You can't just suck it through or squeeze it through a reverse osmosis filter. But yeah, I think for the money, for 23 quid, convenience of it, it's a nice small pack size. It's smaller than the Life Straw, although with the Life Straw you don't get the bag, the straw, the syringe. There's no real way of back flushing a Life Straw, so they don't have nowhere near as much of a life. I don't think you can filter probably nowhere near as much water as you can with the Sawyers, but a lot of it comes down to preference. The one advantage with this is over the life straws, you don't have to get right down to the water source. You know, you literally, with the life straws, you have to get down on all fours. Well, like three, because you have to hold it in one hand and then suck straight from the water source, which would be great in a, if you got one of them in a survival pack, then that'd be great. I'd still prefer to have this in my survival pack though. And I'm going to come up with a little system of being able to carry all the items around in a better way. The only one thing I would say is, obviously with these is, potentially I would class this water, the bit of water that's in here, as contaminated water. So you don't want to get that on anything else. And then when you get it home, give it a good clean out. I put treat it with some bleach, rinse it out with clean water at home. Same with the straw and the syringe, and just to make sure everything's clean, make sure it's dried before you store it away, so no the bacteria can start building up in there. But yeah, anyway, just thought I'd do this little video. It's a new bit of kit, it's a handy piece of kit, and so yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, hope you learned something, and I'll put the link in for where I got this particular one. I got it from, it is an online eBay company, but they just sell this filter and I think another filter. That's all they do. And I've looked through their entire feedback and they haven't had any negativity. So I'll put the link in the comment bar description thing below. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in another episode.